Hello, sweetheart. I'm going to read you a beautiful story so you can feel warm and cozy under your blankets. If you want, you can set your phone or tablet aside and let your imagination spark to life. The Little Cabin. High in the hills, where the air smelled like warm pine and soft earth, there was a quiet place called Pine Whisper Ridge. It wasn't a steep or rocky ridge, just a gentle rise overlooking a forest that stretched as far as the eye could see. When the wind drifted through the tall pine trees, their needles made a soft shh sound, as if the entire forest were whispering. At the very top of the ridge stood a small wooden cabin. It had a round door, a tiny chimney, and two square windows that glowed warmly in the evenings. This was the home of a gentle bear named Harkin. Harkin wasn't a big, roaring kind of bear. He was soft-furred, slow-moving, and known for giving the coziest hugs in the forest. He loved warm tea, fluffy blankets, and quiet afternoons watching the clouds drift over the ridge. One bright morning, Harkin stepped outside his cabin and took in a deep breath. Ah, he sighed. A perfect day. The sky was clear, the breeze was soft, and sunlight shimmered through the tall pines, casting long ribbons of light across the ground. Tiny motes of dust sparkled in the air like drifting stars. Harkin decided it was the ideal day for a slow walk around Pine Whisper Ridge. He grabbed his walking stick, smooth and polished from many years of gentle strolls, and made his way along the forest paths. His paws sunk softly into the pine needles, which carpeted the ground like a natural cushion. As he walked, he hummed a low, warm tune that echoed softly through the trees. Soon he reached a quiet clearing where a young fox named Maple was curled up on a rock, eyes half closed. "Good morning, Maple," Harkin said. Maple opened one eye lazily. "Good morning, Harkin. It's such a calm day." "It certainly is," the bear replied. "Care to walk with me?" Maple stretched her little paws and hopped down. "Yes, but only if we walk slowly. I feel very cozy today," Harkin chuckled. "Slow is my favorite speed." The two friends continued down the path, moving quietly under the tall pine trees. The branches above swayed softly, releasing tiny pine needles that floated gently to the forest floor. A squirrel named Bramble scampered down a nearby trunk carrying a pine cone almost as big as his head. "Hello," Bramble chirped. Harkin smiled. "Gathering snacks?" Bramble nodded proudly. "But I think I'll take a nap first. The sun is making me sleepy." He set the pine cone beside him, curled into a fluffy ball at the base of the tree, and closed his eyes before Harkin and Maple even continued walking. Maple giggled quietly. "It really is a sleepy kind of day." They followed the path until it opened onto Pine Whisper Lookout, a flat, grassy area that overlooked the forest from high above. Harkin loved this place. From here, he could see trees stretching out in rippling waves like a giant green ocean. The breeze carried the scent of pine, moss, and distant flowers. "Let's rest here," Harkin said. Maple agreed and curled up beside him. Harkin sat on a soft patch of moss that felt like a cushion. He leaned back, resting his paws on his belly, and gazed at the slow-moving clouds. A few birds swooped overhead, chirping in soft, sleepy tones. A lone butterfly drifted by, carried more by the wind than its wings. Maple let out a little sigh. "I love it here. Everything feels quiet." "That's why Pine Whisper Ridge is special," Harkin said softly. "It teaches you how to breathe slowly." And so they did. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. The wind brushed their fur, the trees whispered above them, the sun warmed them like a soft blanket. After a while, Maple rested her head against Harkin's thick fur. "Do you ever feel like the forest is watching over us?" she asked. Harkin nodded. "All the time. Every rustle, every ray of sunlight, it all feels like a gentle hug." Maple smiled sleepily. "That's a nice thought." Harkin leaned back even more, letting his body melt into the moss. His eyelids grew heavy. Maple's breathing slowed beside him, her tail wrapped around her body. Even the birds had gone quiet now. Even the breeze had softened. Even the forest seemed to pause for a peaceful breath. Harkin murmured, "I think it's nap o'clock." And Maple, already half asleep, mumbled, "Mm-hmm, definitely." The two friends drifted into a cozy nap on Pine Whisper Lookout, surrounded by the soft whispers of the forest. The pine trees swayed gently above them as though rocking them to sleep, and Pine Whisper Ridge stayed calm, warm, and quiet, holding them both in the peaceful arms of nature. Good night, sweetheart.